Hi guys, welcome to the strategy workshop for the TISS exam. The agenda of this workshop is to give you the complete overview about the TISS exam and how to approach the paper with the objective to increase your score by 10 marks. Fine, that's the agenda for the day. So please sit with your pen and paper in your hand so that you can do the notes about what we are going to talk about. Alright, first we'll start the overview. So there are three sections in your TISS exam. First section is your maths and logic section. So there will be 35 questions in this section. Verbal ability 30 questions, and general awareness, general knowledge 35 questions. Total 100 questions are there, 1 mark per question. So 100 mark paper and 100 minutes time. That's the best part of the paper. So this is the smallest exam you will ever take for the entrance exam. Fine. And adding on to that, there's no section cutoff, there's no negative marking. So welcome to the NMAT, welcome to the TISS exam. Yep. So that's the best part of this exam. Fine, short and sweet. The only problem is cutoff will go high because the paper is not very difficult. If you can solve the question, obviously other people are there to solve the question as well. Fine. So now we'll talk about the section wise section, quant, verbal, DI, each other section one by one, and talk about the strategy part. Alright, so we'll start with the quant section here. So there were 35 questions on quant section. Again, the main areas to focus on if you have few days left for the exam is AGM. A stands for arithmetic, so you'll see a lot of questions on time and work, 3 questions on time and work, 3 questions on time, speed, distance, ratio, proportion 2 questions, percentage is 2 questions, simple interest, compound interest 2 questions. That's your most important area, arithmetic. Percentage is profit and loss, mixed allegations. So please run through all those topics. Followed by geometry. Geometry mensuration will be again 7 to 8 questions which are there. Level of the exam is going to be very easy, so you don't need to worry about the level of difficulty. But yes, you have to practice all these topics. Fine. Followed by the modern maths. Again 8 to 10 questions from modern maths. Set theory, expect Venn diagram, 5 questions on Venn diagram, and 2-3 questions on permutation combination probability. Fine. Then another 5 questions on series. Yep, not sequence series but normal series, 5, then 10, 25, what are you going to do next term in the series, all those kind of numerical series in the 5 questions. So that's your motor 3 topics. Numbers, hardly 1 or 2 questions you will get. Algebra almost out. So main is arithmetic, followed by geometry, followed by modern maths. Modern maths mean Venn diagrams and permutation combination probability if you have time left. Otherwise these two are the main areas where you have to work on. Alright. Fine, overall level of difficulty was very easy. Fine, and this is, trust me, a scoring area. If you're not very good in maths, please work on the easiest example of your books. If you don't have enough time for the TISS exam, if you do only the solved examples of your maths book, see, every good book will give you the solved examples. Like in TISSking book, we have got around 15-20 solved examples for every chapter, and I think that's more than sufficient to crack the quant section. Fine. So in the quant section, out of 35 questions, your target should be to touch 20 to 25 because that's a scoring area. Alright. Alright, so what was the shortcut workshop? We have started with the TISSking online shortcut workshop. It's complete online, you don't need to go anywhere on your PC. So we have shortcuts for quant, verbal, DI, logic, all the areas are going to be covered for the exams. Like in this case mainly is quant and verbal area. Both sections are going to be covered, and GK as well, yeah, which you can join. Alright, moving to the verbal section. Out of 30 questions, 20 questions were based on vocab. So welcome to the TISS exam. 90-80, 2/3 of the paper is vocab. So analogies, 5 questions. You have to pair them up. Fill in the blanks, 10 questions. And vocab usage, 5 questions. So 20 questions based on words, vocab and vocab usage. Reading comprehension, only 1 passage which you can keep for the end. And paragraph, para completion, para jumble, paragraph based question 5, para jumble, para completion. Fine. So section is dominated by vocab, followed by RC. Alright, but the level of the verbal section overall was little high. It's not that easy. Fine. See, TISS is a MA exam, so most of the exam people giving the TISS exam are non-engineers. So that's where the main problem come into picture. Fine. So maths ka level is very easy because all the engineers come into the exam and create problems. So not the non-engineer the problem. The problem is when engineers come and give the exam because the maths is normally strong, so they're able to score more marks. This happens in the CAT as well. So that's why TISS quant section is quite easy. But verbal compensate for that. Verbal don't expect very easy. But yes, a medium to good level question were there. RC was all inference based question, which requires a good understanding of the RC, otherwise it would be difficult to solve. Yeah, some of the vocab used words were tough, no doubt about this. Fine. So that's your mota verbal section. Third section was GK. So you can expect a lot of questions on history. In fact, the most important areas is history. Around 8 questions are history. Whether the replica of Taj Mahal, World War II, political parties, fine, all those kind of questions. Books and authors, 4 questions. Fine. Civic, 7 questions. By civic we mean fundamental rules, so all those constitutional rules and everything. Fine. Sports and arts. By arts we mean the music, bands, all those things. Fine. So how to prepare GK? Obviously is a huge area to in GK. You can expect everything and everything on this world. So what we have is GK 40 from CET King. We have divided GK into 40 areas. For example, books. There will be 4 questions on books. So we have dedicated section for all the Indian books and one dedicated section out of these 40 on international books. For example, every one of us know Tolstoy. We have read about Tolstoy in school days, but we don't know who he was. Now, if you Google out Tolstoy or a book named War and Peace, it's world's top 10 books ever written. So Tolstoy is the writer of War and Peace. Now, 99% of people don't know about that. So GK 40 is more than sufficient to crack this section. So obviously, out of 35 questions, your target is not to solve all the questions. You can't solve all the questions. See, in maths we can attempt all the questions, but in verbal will not be that easy. And test fluctuates. Sometimes you get social question as well. Sometimes you get only generic question like every other exam. Yep. Because there is no negative marking, you are going to attempt all the 35 questions. But I assume ideal attempt should be 20 plus. If you are doing 20 questions, ideal attempt is more than sufficient to clear the cutoff. Yep. Alright, the overall cutoff for the TISS exam changes every year with the level of difficulty. But you take it for granted, mota cutoff will be between 75 to 81. If the paper is very easy, cutoff will cross 81. So assume that if you find the paper to be very tough, cutoff will be very easy, cutoff will be 81 plus, 82, 83, maybe up to 85. But if the exam is difficult, so cutoff will go as low as 75. Fine, so you don't need to worry about the time. If the paper is easy, maybe you can score all the questions. So 81 out of 100 means people have done almost all the questions. 80% question you can solve, or people did solve. Fine, so that's going to be your agenda in the exam. See, fine. So now there's no sectional cutoff. There's no sections wise breakup for the timing and all. So maths, easy level maths, verbal and GK. Fine. 35 questions, 30 questions, 35 questions, 100 mark paper, which is going to be your main deciding factor. Alright, so a good score which you can expect is Quant 30 marks. It's easy, trust me, you can score that. Verbal 25 and GK again 30. So mota if this is attempt. So if I'm attempting 85 attempt, I can easily touch 75 marks cutoff, which is there for the TISS exam. I'm talking about cutoff, sorry, this is for the HR program. Fine. For the other program, obviously the cutoff falls for healthcare and all, but this is the mota cutoff for the TISS main HR program. Alright, for healthcare, the cutoff is around 50 to 55, which you can easily manage, trust me, paper is not difficult. TISS, written test is not difficult. TISS main problems come in your PI. Fine, where we need to work hard on, especially wide TISS. Alright. Alright, for the last few days, few months remaining for the exam, whatever time remaining for the exam you have right now. So within quant area, you have to mainly work on AGM, arithmetic, geometry and modern maths. Fine. For the verbal section, please focus on vocab, RC, para completion, para jumble. With 80% focus is going to be on vocab. Quant 90% paper is going to be from these 3 topics. And from GK, you can join our GK 40 program, or you can buy any yearbook, but it's going to be very big size for you. But yes, do expect GK from every sphere, right from your current affair to history based to civic based, books and authors and sports. Yep. So that's your homework for the next few days for the TISS exam. Alright, so if you have any more question with me, please talk to me on facebook.com/ravgun, RAVGUN. That's my Facebook page. Any kind of question you can ask me there. The online program, if you want to join us for the TISS exam, you can join us on CETking.com. You will get mocks. We've got around 5 mocks along with the shortcuts for the TISS exam. Fine, along with the GK section, GK40 program. Yeah, which you can join. Alright, so thank you very much for watching this video. If you have anything which you think I have left unsaid, or you have any question, please post in the comments below so that we can answer those questions. And you can subscribe to my video so you can get all the updates about all the exams in your mailbox. Alright, all the best. Thank you.